Hi YouTube souls, it's Corvus Bruxo and welcome to another video in the Corvid Whisper section. Today I want to whisper you about a TV miniseries that is genius, and that is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I warned in advance that I will be looking quite much to my right because I want to do this well. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell is a 7-part British historical fantasy TV miniseries adapted by Peter Harness from Susanna Clarke's best-selling novel of the same name. It premiered in BBC One. I think it's on Netflix, and if you haven't watched, you need to do it right now and right away because it is genius. I told you that I wanted to review only things, or mostly things, that are to be applied to a spiritual or esoteric life. This is definitely one of them. It is set during the 19th century, during the Napoleonic Wars in Britain, and it presents an alternative world in which magic is widely acknowledged but rarely practiced. So you have someone from the north, Mr. Norrell, who declares the only magician left in Britain, and he's convinced by Childermas, his manservant, to travel to London and use his magic to help in the war. Meanwhile, you have Jonathan Strange, someone who has no profession and is required by the woman he loves to find a profession. So when he goes to I can't remember, and he's told by Vinculus, a street magician, a non-respectable street magician, that he's going to be a great magician in the future, and that it's foretold, he starts studying magic in order to get Arabella, that woman, to marry him, because he would have a profession if he becomes a magician. So he becomes the pupil of Mr. Norrell, and they both try to make magic respectable again in the kingdom, but they usually disagree on what is respectable and which type of magic should be practiced. In between all this, you have Mr. Norrell not being taken seriously because magic has been gone from the kingdom for 300 years now. So he does something that he doesn't find so respectable, that is summoning a fairy who goes by the name of the Gentleman, to resurrect the minister's fiancée. So he gets to be respected, but this fairy is now granted access to a world from his castle or kingdom that is known as Lost Hope. There are many more plot lines, but this is the beginning. So please watch this. This happens like in the first 2 episodes, but then the plot lines develop and get even better. The aesthetic of this series is like very Victorian and very Shakespearian, and I speak from inexperience. It's very beautiful, and I have read that it is very historically accurate, save for the magic, of course. Magic is not acknowledged as a force in history nowadays. I know some British folk magicians and traditional witches, and all of them have told me that to a certain degree British magic is very, very present in this miniseries. And actually the thing of the fairy bargaining and the rules to the bargains and pacts with fairies, they are very present. The rules to making spells as well, if they have to use a name, if they have to substitute a name for another thing, all that is acknowledged to different manners and ways and forms during the series. So it's greatly depicted despite being so fantastic. The Gentleman is, I can't even describe him because he's so annoying yet a so lovely character. so very well depicted that I don't know, I have mixed feelings because I want him to die, but I love him at the same time. It's very strange, like Jonathan himself. But yeah, I enjoyed this so much that despite that there's only one episode that I regard as not being as good as the rest and that I got a little bit bored, I put a 10 out of 10 as my grade for this TV series. A 10 out of 10 because despite this episode, the other ones are so insanely good, entertaining, accurate, interesting, mysterious, educational about British fairy lore and British folk magic, that it deserves this. It deserves this, and I am looking forward to reading the novel because it is genius. Please watch this miniseries. I think it's on Netflix. If not, it can be downloaded. And tell me what you think in the comments down below. Like if you like the video or the series, dislike if not, and if you want more recommendations about fictional material, please subscribe to keep updated. Thanks for watching, guys. May the gods and spirits watch over you all, and bye.